Top of the morning to you. This is Monday with Friday, preparing you for a better week ahead. Humans are supposed to be more responsive to danger than animals, even though animals appear to have a much keener sense of danger in many matters than humans. Animals sense earthquakes, tsunamis, and other natural phenomena much earlier than humans do and take cover where they can with immediacy. Humans, on the other hand, appear unable to first smell trouble anymore, or even when we do, have the common sense to flee that trouble. Take, for instance, that Israeli intelligence had, for about a whole year, all the assault plans, step by step, that Hamas executed on October 7 on Israel. Yet, Israel thought the plans aspirational and impossible. That ignites memories of September 11, 2001, wherein there were several pieces of intelligence months before that forewarned the Bush administration that Al-Qaeda was planning not just an assault on America, but one with aircraft. There remains in several parts of the world admiration for persons vying for national leadership whose declarations and inclinations all announce trouble and mayhem. A deaf man could have told the British that Nigel Farage talks a hot load of nonsense, while a blind man could have told them that Brexit was going to be a bad idea. That Britain ended up with Boris Johnson as Prime Minister is Exhibit 4 of the point I'm trying to make. That nearly half of America is still largely hell-bent on sending back to the White House another morally, civically, and legally bankrupt and vacuous fellow is Exhibit 5. Two of the three worst dangers we face in today's world are humans, and the third is severely human-enabled. And to all of them, we appear to respond with either apathy or bravado, or with the delightful courtship that only a moth possesses as it pursues its deadly dalliance with a naked or otherwise lethal light. And what are those three? The first, climate change, ecological and environmental issues. Too many species with whom we share the planet and in fact upon which we depend for prolonged life, like the bee, are either endangered or now extinct. The Arctic ice shelf that helps regulate temperature and keep coastal sea levels sane is fast disappearing. The gargantuan fires and floods rage everywhere and the temperatures are literally off the charts. And yet, greedy people find greedy politicians whom we continue to place in office who do too little or nothing about the climate. These are the same rascals who do nothing about guns here in America, killing our children, killing worshippers and shoppers and everybody left, right and center, who still talk bunk about repealing Obamacare, which was already weakened from the start without the so-called public option they foolishly fought against, calling it short-sightedly calling it socialism. And they want to replace it, they want to repeal it still and replace it still with nothing. These people are slowly killing us, and yet we return them to office again and again. Time doesn't permit exploring the other two dangers at which we yawn disinterestedly while they both threaten to end normality, democracy, community, and even life in the long run. I'm talking about both cultism and totalitarianism. I'll pardon many folks who can't recognize a cult when they see it. Sometime in the new year, hopefully, I'll do a series on cults, which I find necessary to do since it's the opinion of many who themselves were once proud Republicans that the Republican Party, one of America's two candidates for governance, which primarily through Mitch McConnell's evil theft twice, already controls one arm of government. That party has become a cult, coalescing around a leader who is as irreligious, and cancerous as they come. And what a segue for the other, totalitarianism. The man whose name I have stopped calling on this program, who heads that Republican cult, is on record saying that the American president, quote, has total power, unquote. People who know what they're talking about warn us that should America foolishly return this burgeoning despot to office, we shall sink into a dictatorship that shall end our freedoms and the Union as we know it and America as we know it. We ignore them to our peril. For you viewers beyond America thinking, we're too far away to be affected, we'll get along happily, I think you're wrong. This man shall damage the whole world if we Americans give him the power again. You just watch. Or I hope we don't have to. I'm Michael Friday, and though your week could have just got scarier, I hope it gets better. I'll see you again next week. Happy Monday, all the way to Friday.